Literally less than a minute. Anyway, thanks for coming back. Okay, if we can't build it here, we have to transfer him back to well, we already have the generator, so the power source. So the problem is the building. I don't understand why we can't build it here. Okay, we got to send him back to Sanctuary Hills.
Heads up.
Where do you want me?
Come on.
No problem.
Makes no sense. We're not cleaning this out. Maybe later on, but I shouldn't have killed her, but she just what the whole premise of what she was all about just rubbed me the wrong way. I killed her. She could not she did not have the right to live. She just did not. What happens if I make him and obviously you seem to think that you have enough to do, so let's change that since you think you have enough to do. Yeah, we can't. It has to be here. See?
Look alive.
Awaiting your command.
Go there.
Got it.
Wait there.
Don't take too long.
Yeah, it has to be here. Oh well.
Yeah?
Got work to do. Can't talk now. Lost track of how many blisters I got.
Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
You know, just because of your crap, I might just be here for you. Don't say stupid crap to me. See, that's what was missing. Go to sleep because Sturgis will be 24 to 48 hours to get here. I had two things to give you, so why did I not give you the plasma grenade?
Look alive.
What do you want?
You've been very, very busy picking stuff up, haven't you? You can find those missiles.
On.
Okay. That works for me. He tried to have me killed. And he's probably going to deny it. Yeah, I don't think he's first of all he's got to figure out how to get out of there because there's no opening. Right? There's just no opening. But it says he's like 18 steps away.
Yeah?
Oh, he's having himself a nice, cool...
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Yes?
Yes?
This is a far cry from working with the gunners. Glad that's behind me.
You'd have to walk right in my way, wouldn't you? That would probably have been a better idea to have built it on top of that thing, but... It was perfect, and I had to turn it. Okay. Actually, we should be fine. We have more than enough stuff to teach him a really interesting lesson.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute, what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay.
You're full of what makes the grass grow green in Texas.
Signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
We are going down, not up.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
I don't have the wrong impression.
Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday,
That's because your
perhaps,
actions
we
just
can show
suck.
them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
And he's gonna play games. I don't think I was ever in this room.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean. I've been looking for you for so long.
Who are you?
Come on, Sean. We need to go.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
We're leaving this place. Together. Okay, Sean?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
As long as your hair should be red. No, it shouldn't. It should be black. I'm sorry.
Sean, please. Calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The
Very much
child's
so.
responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
I could kill you. Right here, right now.
Yes. Yes, you could. And I would be powerless to stop you.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else
I don't think so.
say to ease your mind?
You are a liar.
I think I've heard enough for now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
I'm sorry to hear that. I had certainly hoped we could work together. But every man must make his own decisions. If you choose to leave, I cannot force you to stay. Understand, though, that I cannot allow you to remain within the Institute. You may have safe passage back to the relay, where you will be sent back to the surface. But from that point, you must be considered hostile. I am sorry. I must think first of the safety of the Institute. And in the cruel world that has developed, those who are not with us are against us. The elevator will return you to the relay.
Sean, can we talk about this?
Have you reconsidered your decision?
Sean, isn't there some other option? Some other way we can work things out?
You've seen the Commonwealth. You must have some idea of how this world works. You're either with us or you're not. I'm afraid it's that simple.
I'm not going to trick him.
Forget it. Never mind.
I see. Well, as I've said, you may see yourself out.
That's too bad, because I don't like his lies. But I will okay, this probably did not go the way I wanted it to go. So, let's...
All right.
There.
Roger that.
Hold position.
Roger. Holding position.
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
Keep leading and I'll follow.
Hey,
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
We need a way to bring the fight to them.
Let's hope we got something we can use. Well, they sure aren't gonna fall for that teleport hijacker trick twice. Even if it wasn't a smoking pile of scrap metal. All the good stuff on here is gonna be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
First things first. We need to go on board that ship and talk to that idiot. We should have done that same what I just did there when I entered the institute in case I want to go back, but that's too bad.
Our latest intelligence tells us you've infiltrated the Institute and liberated a valuable holotape from their facility. I'm quite disappointed you chose to build the signal interceptor without the Brotherhood, Knight. However, you've secured passage to and from their facility, which was one of our primary goals. So, I'm willing to overlook your lapse in judgment, since you've unexpectedly accelerated our plans. I now have 2 missions for you to complete. First and foremost, I want you to bring that holotape to Proctor Ingram right away. There could be data vital to the success of our mission on that tape, so we can't afford to take any chances. The second part of your mission requires a bit of background to explain. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
A nuclear engineer. Interesting.
Securing useful resources during wartime is critical. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
She was a valuable resource. It was a mistake to let her leave.
Agreed. I wish our predecessors would have had your foresight. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off. That's all I can tell you. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck, Knight.
Adjusting internal baronet pressure. Green lights across the board.
Proximity sensor's green. Getting a 3-second pingback.
What kind of machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
I didn't want to do that. No, to let him think that I was working with him. No, because he would have given me some stupid job to go track down a Sith and work with people I don't want to work with. Oh. Mr. Garvey. And he's stupid. This Preston.
I've made my
He's
choice.
stupid.
The Institute is now our enemy.
I always knew that day was coming. The question now is, what are we gonna do about it?
What do you think?
We should do?
With any luck, Sturgis will find something in that data you swiped from their computers. In the meantime, we can focus on building up our strength while Sturgis is working his end. No half measures. This time, when we attack, we finish the job, once and for all. I've got something for you to do right now, actually. I'll mark it on your map. We can use all the support we can get, so see what you can do to help.
This is more problem than it's worth, but first things first, I guess. Well, he isn't aware that I told them where to go, right? I don't know. Let's see. I'm not sure. Hangman's Alley is an awful point, like literally. I'm not going to worry about it. Talk with the deacon. Because I have to kill them. I want them gone. Let's go do that.
Lancer Captain Kells has informed me that the Institute's on high alert, and you're to blame. Explain yourself, Knight.
The Institute is the enemy. I was simply doing my duty.
Your duty is to follow my orders to the letter, Knight. Your instructions were clear. You were to infiltrate the Institute, find Dr. Lee, and convince her to return to the Brotherhood. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Knight.
I stand by my actions, sir.
Do you? Well, if nothing else, you have the courage to stand your ground. That doesn't absolve you from your mistake. But let's just say you've earned back some of my respect. Fortunately, this incident doesn't change our current strategy. We have a contingency plan that's already being put into effect that should ensure completion of our special project. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to bring it to her immediately. And Knight, don't disappoint me again. Dismissed.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time 14 minutes.
Pinging remote units at 30-second intervals as requested.
Attention. Due to increased raider activity, all leave requests to off-base sites have been temporarily suspended.
So you're the new knight I heard about?
Affected parties will have their leave compensated at the next available opportunity. That is all.
You're looking to pick a fight? I'll help you end it.
I'll take a look.
All of my weapons are mission ready.
That's a bit much. Toot toot. We have nothing to trade him. Nothing. We weren't planning on coming here. It looks like I might have to put up with these guys for a little bit longer. Oh well. I abhor subterfuge. That's really what it boils down to. And I've played this game outside of my character, my actual personal character. When I let Sonny Boy.
If you find any technical documents, you should bring them to Proctor Quinlan for analysis.
If I give that tape to him, Paladin, this guy, he's toast. And I still need him. So they will not get it until I'm... Dr. Ingram has no legs. Let's go up here. That poor fellow. Virgil. Paladin, move out of the way. There's no way to repair it. See? No way to repair it. Let's try killing the power to it and then repair it. Can't pick it up. The only option is to scrap it, and I'm not going to do that. Can't repair it. Can't pick it up, so I can't put a different floor under it, so I can put a roof around it. I can select that, but I can't select that. Okay. Well, not sure what we're going to do. A two-headed cow.
My old man taught me that duct tape could fix anything. I don't think he was talking about bullet holes.
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
I'm working on something with the Brotherhood of Steel. They want to look at the data I got from the Institute. Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
I was the one who risked my neck getting that data, so hand it over. Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data?
This is
I
broken,
need it
eh?
back.
Oh yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
Does it matter why I need it?
Nah.
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh yeah? Why?
What have you got cooking?
It doesn't matter why. I just need it for something.
You can fix just about anything.
Shit! Still here! Lead out!
Yeah, that's what happens when you do that. That's how we kick saved it. But he won't pull that stunt again.
My old man taught me that duct tape could fix anything. I don't think he was talking about... bullet holes.
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
I was the one who risked my neck getting that data. So hand it over.
Hey, I was just curious.
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
It doesn't matter why. I just need it for something.
Sure thing. I was just curious. Here you go. I've already made...
Yeah.
Hell, I have a ton of them.
We do that because I'm going to kill this guy. Oh well. I wonder if that's the last time I'm going to see him, eh? Okay. Okay. Where to from here? She's on the ground at the airport.
There's no time to waste when there's work to be done. If it looks dead, put one more in its head for good measure. Why take the chance? Hesitating to pull the trigger on any of the Commonwealth scum can be fatal.
Where is she? Oh yeah. Now I have to give her the tape because I want Paladin. I have no need for no. Well, actually,
Proctor,
I do, but
I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
You didn't expect me to survive the trip?
A device like the Signal Interceptor is way out of my league. I was hoping you'd make it, but I find it tough to have faith in technology I don't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
What do you hope to find on there?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Why all the secrecy?
We're pouring every resource we have into this thing. We can't risk tipping off the Institute. For now, the fewer people that know about it, the better. Come on. It's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in.
Yeah, they want power. They're
This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to... Before you run off, maybe you should listen to your orders. This robot isn't going to build itself.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
My help? I don't know a thing about robot repair.
Why don't we leave the repairing to my scribes? You're going to be doing the legwork. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
Why is the power blowing out his CPU?
Liberty Prime has a highly complex power system. A good deal of that system was damaged when he exploded. So I'm working in the dark, trying to come up with parts on my own. What we need is a robotics expert, and there's someone in Diamond City that fits the bill. Her name's Professor Skara. Locals say she's a wizard when it comes to fixing robots. Why don't you head over there and see if you can talk her into helping us? Oh, and take this with you. Once she sees one of those Cerebro fusion adapters, I'm pretty sure she'll have a tough time saying no. In the meantime, I'll prep Prime's CPU and we'll see if we can't get the big guy moving.
I don't want you to be able to do this. We'll wait until after you're done with Prime. But right now, we have more pressing things to do. I need to string you along a little longer. Okay. So gonna have to kill her. Don't do anything. Let's go deal with this one first. Oh, no. That's what that's what it says there. I haven't discovered it yet. So let's go down here. I haven't discovered this one yet either. Okay, what's closest to it? Let's do that. I haven't discovered it yet. Really. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Let's just make one.
What is it?
Shouldn't get in the way, Paladin. Yeah, he's got orders. Was the bomb the one that was had the bomb on him that I was worried about? I don't have any armor on.
Excuse me.
Did the Minutemen send you?
I'm not the Tooth Fairy. Just tell me what you need, so I can get out of here.
There's a group of raiders that won't leave us alone. Stealing our food and supplies, threatening us if we can't give them what they want. We know where they're coming from, but we can't stand up to them ourselves.
Any idea how many raiders we're talking about?
No telling, I'm afraid. Well, this time there were 3, but who knows how many are back at their base.
I guess you're from one of the vaults, huh?
Well, hello.
Have you seen Diamond City? It's huge.
We use the 2 points to improve our persuasion. So we have to get them back. Can't see where the shots are coming from.
Called shooting straight, rookie. Long live the Brotherhood.
You won't feel that way very shortly. I'm not too sure if my planning was I don't know. I'm gonna tell these people to find a way to take a shower or something.
Why are you bothering with that junk?
Why are you bothering me about that junk? I have a good mind to kill you now, but that would probably be a big mistake. Okay, you can't be picked. Where are we going from here? We're done. Let's go.
Raiders don't scare me.
They don't, do they?
Did you have any luck with those raiders?
I took care of those raiders for you.
Really? Well, that's the best news I've heard in a long time. By the way, we talked about it. We decided to support the Minutemen. I think it's worth giving another chance. The only way things will get better is if we stand together.
He can keep his corn. He can keep all that stuff. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We could plant some more, I think.
Now that you've dealt with those raiders, I can focus on my work as opposed to looking over my shoulder all the time.
That'd be a good plan. Nope. If you put it there, how is... Yeah, that's not going to work if you put it there. It's got to be out of the way of... Okay. Oh, I can tell you why. Because we don't have anyone trading with them. So we need to... Let's go see where Mr. Garvey is. He wouldn't have cared who I made. He wouldn't have cared. But as it is, Where is Preston?
One day, we'll put this back together, better than ever.
That's the plan.
I took care of the raiders that were harassing that settlement you sent me to. The people there have decided to join our cause.
That's great news. One day, we'll be strong enough to drive that scum out of the Commonwealth for good. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
Okay, the reason we built this thing, right, was we were going to put a generator on it. Right. Yeah, someone goes out the window. You can't build that one without service rank 4. And this one's going to take up too much room. It only handles 100 volts. 100. We can build this one with 28. 28, 30, 72 more nuclear material. And I would rather not build it here. So the plan still is to just only gets 10 though. We need 3 of them. I'm not wasting the resources. So you're gonna have to wait until such time as let's see. Service level 4. It's not service, science. 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 Science 2. Science 3 we could get. Science 4 we have to wait for 41. Not going to happen. Don't waste the resources. When over encumbered, you can fast travel. That's what we were after. Oh, we can't do it until we get to level 30. Can't do it to level 40. I'm not... Find even more bottle caps and containers. Is that going to make a difference? I don't know. That's where I'd rather spend it, I guess. I can get rid of the tire, but nothing else. No, we'll wait until good old Preston tells me I gotta go talk to that lady. All right. Investigate the Eastern Enclave encampment. Let's do the eastern one. We're over here. It was just there a minute ago. Where did it go? Oh, I should have my stuff on.
Lock and load.
Yeah, I was paying too much attention to other stuff. Sorry. Okay. I'm not going to go get that stuff just for that. It's two hops too many. Actually, we could just take. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll make good old Dancy a happy camper. I don't know how you expect me to be shooting. There's no targets that I can shoot at. Makes no sense. He had no fealty. Sean, he had no fealty. He was a lying, manipulative, conniving. Yeah, there's, you know. You want me to play along and string along? No. So, well, worked out.
And they're off. Iron Maiden was out to an early lead when Pacey Jump's right behind.
I'll be able to go to the slog. Hey, Dance.
Hold your ground.
Hey.
Where'd they go?
Nope. So I have 400 and something. You're gonna get shot down if you don't move. Get out of there. Get out of here. I told you not to. You're gonna get shot down. Sorry, I can't kill that guy. He's part of one. He's part of one of my You collected an issue of Enclave Entrenchment Manual. You're now able to build Enclave Laser Turret and Enclave Con Tower at settlement workshops. Okay. Shit. I thought that was Paladin.
Hell yeah.
Not again.
Hey,
Where do you want me?
over here.
Affirmative.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Okay, now let's go do this. Let's go home. What do you mean I'm carrying too much fast travel? I know that. Oh. I haven't gotten there yet. Well, Paladin Dance. We got a request transport out of here.
Word of advice, friend. Stay away from that old insane asylum. Folks up there don't like visitors.
Come on. This is the other way to move when you're like full. Where is he? I know you'd like that. I don't know why you like such silly, trivial things.
Weapons hot and ready to bring the pain, sir.
Nine minutes, 53 seconds left. We had to walk through the whole thing, and the mercenaries kept giving us a hard time. So eventually, they started shooting at us. But I didn't have my suit on, so it was easier just to run. Who's shooting at us? And this is foggy. That must be the creamery. Parsons Creamery. Nope. Lake Quannapowitt. Okay. You got any lower, man? That's a bridge. Is that our drive-in theater? I don't think so. Problem with having so many settlements is that they're very needy. I can't see where the boats are coming from. I can hear them. That's us.
Prepare for landing. Touchdown could be a little rough.
Touchdown's fine. Hey, how much money have you got?
Carla.
You again. Here to trade?
What do you mean, me again? You're in my property.
Sure. Let's take a look.
You break it, you buy it.
She doesn't have that much money. That's just... These are all what? These are all 6. We'll put them in a shell.
Carrying too much gear is tactically dangerous.
Where are you?
Hey,
Need something?
Wait there.
Roger. Holding position.
Okay. Actually, no, because if I take all in, I have to figure out what to give him back. I'll leave you with those with that. I don't know what need you see for it, but yeah, these are all 6s. But they're not EO. They're not the same as what I have on. So, but we'll put them in an empty and see what happens. Are you empty? Yep, you're empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and give you a core. Nope. I don't think we can. Now let's put up a couple of walls in the roof. I don't think so. It's not a good place for it. But let's have a look at the stats. 1180, 1510, and 1050. But what is the shape of all this equipment? It's probably in very bad shape. Yeah, it's all in need of repair. Let's have a look at the numbers after we repair it. Can't repair it there. Let's take a trip with it. Still can't repair it. We won't have the resources to repair it. Not there.
Yeah?
Okay, it's almost time to stop this one, so. Okay. Now let's see what the numbers are. Oh, we can put it down anywhere we want to in this settlement. I thought we could you could move it between settlements, but you can't. So let's have a look at our numbers. 1880, 1510, and 1050. Right? If you're going to compare apples, make sure you're comparing them to apples. Right? This is EXO 2. We'll go after EXO 1 in a little bit. You don't put 100% in there because it won't use, anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a reason you just don't do it. And we're supposed to end this one here, but we're running a few minutes into it. I want to see what the difference is.
What I call locked and loaded.
And yeah, that other one is more powerful, isn't it? 1660, 1270, and 1050. That other one's more powerful. Well, let's see if we can make this as powerful. I don't think so, because we're not at that level. So that one is more powerful than this one. You'll get parked here. And it's an EXO 2 Mark IV. And that is Just your normal everyday Hellfire Mark 6. Okay. And just to be sure, we're going to try it out and take it for a test drive. Yeah, that's 188015. Yeah, this is much better numbers. That makes no sense. Actually, it does, because that's a Mark IV, and this is a Mark 6.
Heads up.
Awaiting
Come
your
on.
command. If we want to win the people's hearts and minds, we have to spread the word, the Brotherhood.
You're not going to win the people's hearts and minds because you're very soon going to be a non-entity with the Brotherhood.
Across the Commonwealth.
Okay, I forgot. Needed to say goodbye. We're in 1 hour plus. And we need to get me something to eat anyway, so